Even if you are the most dedicated teacher, your life can't be 100% all about education all the time. You need to be able to spend time with your friends and family, and according to all the happiness experts I've ever heard, you need a third place too. This is a place where you feel welcome, where you can do something enjoyable, and where you can really be yourself. My third places include participating in recreational team sports, enjoying live music at my favorite local spot, and seeing as many parts of the world as possible. My friend Amy Franks has turned her third place into a podcast. A Splash of Color and Equine podcast is a Michigan-based podcast that features horse show topics, trainers' perspectives, and educational opportunities for anyone who is passionate about horses and horse showing. If horses are your third place, if you're currently dabbling in the horse show community, or if you're even just a little bit curious about getting involved with horses, A Splash of Color is the podcast for you. No matter where you are in your equine journey, Amy has a way of making this world accessible to everyone, even to a novice like me. She leverages her years of experience in the horse show world and the knowledge of her guests to give you a glimpse behind the scenes and to see what it takes to get started or to get more involved. Her positivity and inclusiveness will leave you feeling like anyone, including you, can and probably should become part of this vibrant community. You can hear A Splash of Color and Equine podcast on Spotify, and make sure to follow the show on Facebook for even more updates on the horse show community. And now, on with the show.
The old cliche is that while we are teachers, our students are teaching us too. That was true earlier this year when I got a chance to see some of my former students perform the musical Alice by Heart at one of our local high school performances. If you've never seen it, it's a riff on the Alice in Wonderland story. And in this episode, I'm going to share my big takeaways after seeing the show. This is Lessons We Forgot, and this episode is called Time. Time is a really funny thing. We know instinctively that the clock continues to tick at the same speed for all of us, no matter where we are or what we're doing. But it sure doesn't seem that way. When we're really enjoying ourselves, time races by and we grasp at each moment as it passes, hoping to squeeze every little bit out of each one. On the other hand, when things are not going our way, each tick of the clock seems like it takes an eternity. And sometimes, and I think I've even seen this happen, it somehow goes backwards. On the rare occasions when we're in serious danger, some people report time slowing down perceivably, making the world go by in slow motion. The best explanation for this phenomenon that I've ever heard is that our brains register way more memories in novel situations. And since near-death experiences are thankfully so rare, our brains register pretty much everything about them. It seems like way more actually happened in those few heart-racing seconds than what actually occurred. You can take or leave that theory, but the brain is pretty weird, so I'm just going to go with it. In an even weirder, and in a way more sciencey situation, like moving at incredibly fast speeds, time doesn't seem to slow down in any way, but it actually does compared to the people moving at a much more normal pace. Einstein described this as time dilation. He would have had no way of physically proving this during his lifetime, but he did the math and it all checked out. NASA, on the other hand, since launching people into space and letting them careen around the planet at fantastical speeds, have corroborated his hypothesis. Today, scientists are convinced, based on both computational and physical data, that people moving very fast, like way faster than you've ever traveled, actually experience time more slowly than the rest of us. This will actually be really important for us if we ever start exploring distant planets in the universe. I try not to think about it too much because it makes my head hurt, but way smarter people than me have confirmed it, so I'm going to go with this one too. Time is a really funny thing. As teachers, I think our most common way to measure time is in weeks. I often hear colleagues talk about how quickly or slowly the week is going. When the week is done, we think back to how the week started or ended. For many of us, Wednesday is not just another day, it's a milestone, the halfway point in the week. We even discuss how the weeks seem to slow down when we get closer to a break, or how they speed up once our students know our routines. That phenomenon is not worthy of an Einstein theory, but I hope there's someone out there working on the physics behind it, because we all know it's true. If you were an average person, you can expect to live 4,400 weeks in your lifetime. Sorry to make this so morbid, but you already know my brain goes there from time to time. And at school, we're usually more concerned about the 9 weeks in each marking period, or the 36 weeks in each school year, and we're in the midst of it, a week can actually seem like a really long time. It can even seem like a daunting task to get through. But for us, either 9 weeks or 36 weeks or 4,400 weeks will go by much faster than you might think. Imagine just trying to get through the week when you know you only have a few thousand left. While we all too often find ourselves racing to get to the end of the day or week, we simultaneously get the feeling that there never seems to be enough time to get through a complicated lesson, to dig really deeply into a unit of study, or we're somehow behind schedule by the second week of the school year. So we have to skip over things we know are important or that we enjoy. We don't get enough time to build up our classroom culture, and we don't spend enough time getting to know the kids in our classroom or to let them see the real us. By the end of the year, while we look forward to summer, we also look back with regret about the things we didn't get to do, the things we didn't accomplish, and the students who slipped past us without getting to make an impact on them. Time is a really funny thing. It's like a riddle in a way. What is something that you want to go away, but you miss when it's gone? Slowing time down for ourselves is really difficult to do on purpose. The ways we actually know how to do it don't really seem all that appealing, like being really bored or enduring near-death experiences. And the one positive thing we can do to slow things down, racing through outer space at unfathomable speeds, is not really available to most of us right now. At the same time, our jobs require us to move fast, but not that fast, and we need to be ready to react to countless situations when they occur. We interact with a room full of students every day, but it's easy to miss the individuals themselves in our classes as we rush along. And if we're able to devote enough time to what we do here at school and do it to the best of our ability, we often do it at the expense of something else in our lives that will pass us by too if we're not too careful. So what can we do? How can we make sure that our weeks or even our days or our hours at school are the best use of our time? Once it's gone for good. So how can we ensure that we're making memories of what we value most and not just what is most traumatic? Slowing time down for ourselves is really difficult to do, but it starts by prioritizing the things that are most important for you and making sure that they have a prominent place in your life. This is probably going to be something different for each of us, but the rule holds true regardless of what it is for you. And when you get to experience that thing, make sure to give it your undivided attention. You only have so much time after all. The same thing is true here at school. Things will only slow down when we focus on what matters most to us while we're here. There are so many distractions, and we can sometimes find ourselves racing along at incredible speeds here at school. Unfortunately, time dilation does not happen the same way here as it does in space. As we speed ourselves up compared to the people around us, I don't think we experience time any more slowly. In fact, when we do that, time can go by so quickly that it all seems like just a blur. And by the end of the day, or a week, or a year, it can be hard to know if we made any good memories at all or had any impact on anyone. If we really want to experience time more slowly for us here at school and make those good times really stick with us, we need to simplify what we do. We don't have to think about our time here in terms of years, or marking periods, or even weeks. Each hour we spend in class and each student we interact with is an opportunity that we can make the most of. Time is a really funny thing. Sometimes we wish it would go by much more quickly than it actually does. We can't get any more of it once it's gone. Most opportunities are in front of us for only a short time, so slow things down. Hang on to the things that matter most to you both at school and wherever else you find it. After all, you only have so much time.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Lessons We Forgot. I'm the host, Chris Winkle. You can contact me at lessonsweforgot@gmail.com, and you can follow the show or message Lessons We Forgot on Facebook. Either way, I'd love to hear from you and welcome you to our community. If you really enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing it with a friend. That is the best way to help grow the podcast. If you want to hear more Lessons We Forgot, I post new episodes on Sunday nights. Make sure you subscribe to follow the show on whatever podcast platform you use. And when you rate the show, like an episode, or leave a comment, we can reach even more listeners. If you hate ads just like me, I do have a Patreon site, patreon.com/lessonsweforgot, and for only $1 a month, you can get the show without ads. You can try that out right now for free to see if it's something you'd be interested in. Thanks again for your support.